right, hello and welcome back to another episode of Kickin Back. It's episode 5, and this episode I am joined again by the Kickback team, and today we're just going to be talking a little bit about our 2022 plans that we've kind of like addressed on our social media really recently, where we kind of made a post about our plans for the new year and New Year's resolutions and stuff like that. So how are we all feeling, first of all, guys? How is everyone today? All good? All great.
Okay.
Yeah? How's your week been?
Oh, so many assignments, man. So many assignments. Still going.
Still
We're doing
going,
well.
man.
We're doing well.
It's that time of the month. It's essay growing time. It's never a fun time. How about you guys, Kirsten?
It's I finished my assignment, so I'm just working on other stuff.
Oh wow. And Ollie, how are you?
I've still got some assignments left, and work is starting properly next week. So balancing a lot of plates, but that's okay.
And so it's okay. We're getting there. Very proud of you all. Now, okay, moving on to kind of like talking about our New Year's plans, kind of resolutions and everything as a company. Can we briefly kind of like outline for viewers who haven't seen our social media posts, kind of what we intend on doing in the new year, or kind of like summarize what we said in the posts?
I mean, so much.
So yeah, that was a lot to be fair.
There's a lot. Oh God, what is it? So, I mean, my big thing is, I don't know what else to say. That's a project that I'm directing. Boy. Yeah, and I seem to have taken the lead on, which is really, really scary, but also very exciting. The big boy live show written by Ollie and Kirsten and Heather and Teddy. Wonderful. The script is so good, man. The script is so good. But we're looking to complete our production team and then complete our cast and then rehearse everything and then hopefully bring some money into the company. Because of those guys. But it's more than just a production, because we're becoming, I guess the second bit is we're becoming more of a real company, as in, because we're doing things in person, we have to get all sorts of insurance and like liability, and then that means we need a bank account, and that means we need to be like registered. So it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But that's happening.
Yeah, it's happening. It's finally happening. Yeah, we've been working on it for a while and in the darkness. And so now it's fun to sort of announce it. Alongside that, we're doing the Kickback Collection again.
Yay!
Yeah.
Woo!
Because we loved working with Jazz on Out of Your Mind, and that went really nicely. So we're doing it again. Submissions are open. If you got a cool digital piece, it can be anything. It can be a film. It can be an art installation. It can be a piece of music. It can be a video game. It can be whatever you want. As long as it's digital, creative, and it will not kill us. We will like to make it with you and use our experience and resources to bring your dreams come true. So apply to the Kickback Collection, the funnest experience.
That is so cool. Wow, that kind of goes into my next question, because I was going to be like, why do you think viewers should join and apply for the Kickback Collection? But you've kind of like summarized it, but does anyone else have anything to say?
I feel like I'm just gonna put in there that it's kind of created so that we can outreach and help people create theatre and kind of provide that space for people to do things digitally, and like people might have ideas and stuff floating around, and this is kind of the time to like work on them and use our resources, and we'll help you and like put your work out there. So, yeah,
100%. Yeah, so guys, come on, what are you waiting for? Get applying, because it's a real fun time. But coming back to our latest production, I don't know what else to say, very exciting that we can now kind of like say that.
We could talk about it now.
Yeah, without being secretive. Throwback to last episode, am I right? But obviously, with this announcement, which is very exciting, we've also announced some amazing new job opportunities as well for people. So we're just going to talk a little bit about that. I mean, we've kind of like said on some posts so far, kind of trying to promote. But obviously, you guys, I'm sure you have a lot to kind of say as well in like to do with the jobs. So, you know, tell the people why should they join the Kickback team as a, you know, producer or designer
or stage manager.
Yes, but that hasn't been posted yet. So
well, this podcast is going to be posted at the end of the month, so
that is very true as well. Ignore me.
No. It's because we're just such amazing people to work with. It's just we're brilliant people, and we're cool, and we're friendly, and we don't bite, and like we're supportive. And yeah, we're like a good bunch, we promise. And by working with us, you will build your experience, build your portfolio, and help create something really cool with some really cool people. So why wouldn't you do it?
Exactly. Come on, guys.
Also, not like we've as much as we get, like, we are really lovely people, but as well, but this show is just so, the ideas that we've got floating around about how it's going to happen and what it's going to be like are so different to anything that you'd probably encounter in, like, you know, day-to-day theatre experiences that are around for people of our age. We're doing something different and new and exciting, and it's going to be a challenge, so we need people to help, but like it would be the coolest thing to talk about, or like to have on your CV or whatever, to put the little like CV point in there. It's just an interesting piece, like, and we're going to make it interesting on its feet, and being part of that is something that is really, really cool. I think.
Yes, well, I already know it's going to be great. So kind of like talking a little bit more about these positions. I know we've kind of like, I know Ollie and Kirsten, you've already kind of like said in the post on social media, but for those who haven't seen the post, could you kind of like disclose a little bit about your experience and kind of like what the jobs might entail? So like, Ollie, about designing, if you'd like to go first, why should people apply to be a designer?
Because being a designer is just awesome. Because being a designer, you
just that's it, full stop. Yeah. It's just awesome.
It's just a great time. You get to be really creative. You get to do a lot of drawing and a lot of thinking and a lot of just sort of image banking and stuff like that. You get to just look at all the stuff you like and pull it together and figure out what you want to steal and what's practical to steal and create some fun design amalgamation. You know, you consider sets, you consider staging, lighting, musics, sound in general, costume. It's about just taking all the sort of kind of visual audio elements of it and trying to build something, you know, kind of consistent and special and effective and really give the piece a personality. So there's so much creativity in it. There's so much sort of freedom and exploration in it. As a result, it also means that it is a little bit about sort of, you know, adaptability and, you know, having to change your designs and work with the production and go like, you know, taking your initial concepts and transforming that step by step into the final piece, because it's always going to look different. But it's a really exciting process, and it can be very involving and very rewarding.
And you've had a bit of experience before, haven't you? You've been like designer on a few productions. Talk a little bit about that.
I've done some design work, yeah. I did some design work for Three Bugs' wonderful production, Re-Roverts. I was the sound, lighting, and graphics designer. I also did some work on the set design. I will be the sound designer for Infinity's. Am I back?
Yes, you're back. Yeah. Got lost in the internet void for a minute.
I think he's lost
He's
again.
frozen again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say he's been smiling for a little bit too long and it's kind of throwing me off.
Someone gave it away. Oh, we're a lovely company. We don't take the piss out of one another at all.
Oh no. I fear that he's been lost in the void.
It's probably the longest time that I've ever seen Ollie smile for.
This is quite impressive. This is a record now. Oh, he's gone.
I am
gone.
the host.
You've
Part
taken
to
power.
me. I have. This is how it ends, Wimbush. This is how it ends. No!
Oh,
It was nice while it lasted.
It was nice while it lasted.
He's back.
Hello.
They're
Hello.
back. Hello.
What did I miss?
Nothing.
No, don't worry.
Oh no. Okay. That's mildly disconcerting. What was I talking about? I was talking
You were
about.
talking about
Good design
Re-Roman and
stuff.
experience on Re-Roman and then you just kind of cut out.
Oh, that's as far as I got. Cool. I just kept talking. Yeah, I did some design work for Re-Robots, and that was really cool. I really enjoyed making the soundtrack of that.
It was good. It was a good soundtrack.
Yeah, no, I just realized I sound like a fucking I sound like, you know, a year 5.
Oh no.
We'll never know.
Well, I guess we'll never know.
I know.
Well, I'm sure he would have said something very interesting and insightful. Wow. Should I move on? I feel yes. Anyway, yeah. Kirsten. Kirsten. I was gonna ask you a bit about your experience in producing and why people should apply to be a producer and kind of what the job entails, basically. So kind of like what you said, summarize your post that you made the other day.
I'm not gonna lie, it's been ages since I wrote that post, so I can't really remember what I wrote.
Go from the heart. Go from like, why should the people be a producer?
I know that there's quite a need for producers at the moment, so there must be people around here who are like hiding, but we'll get you, it's okay. Producer, yeah, I was producer for Re-Rovered, which was cool. I had some experience before, not a lot, kind of got thrown in, it was fine. Definitely like organizational skills are definitely key, because it's a very independent role, one of the more independent roles, because you're doing a lot of stuff kind of more behind the scenes, like emails and room bookings and organizing this fundraiser and speaking with this person and doing that. And although you're kind of like asked to do it, like you're kind of not on your own, but it's definitely more of like a independence kind of job and feeding back to other people. If you like spreadsheets, this is a great one for you, because when like you're organizing the budget and stuff, like I had a whole list of like to do and checklists and spreadsheets that was constantly amending just to make sure that I was definitely having all my figures and numbers right. Ability to work under stressful situations as well is really good, and these are all great skills for like the CV. I know when I've been in interviews and you're like, tell us a time when you handled a stressful situation. I was like, well, when I was producer, and then tech services were like going to charge us so much, and I was like, no, that can't happen. I had to rework everything, but it was fine. So I feel like there's some really great kind of CV skills there, some very good admin skills, organization skills, and you are still working as part of a team, so that's really important. And to be honest, the show just wouldn't run without the producer behind the scenes doing all the stuff. But don't worry, there's kind of like a slight creative side to it as well, because probably need to like organize fundraisers and things for us too, so you can step outside the box a little and have fun with planning those. But yeah, it's like a really great role, and it's a really rewarding role. And basically the show just couldn't go ahead without you in it. So don't think you're kind of like not the director or the cast. It is literally the backbone, honestly. Yeah, I hope I've been like positive about it. But yeah, I know there's lots of people are like looking for producers at the moment. So I definitely want to like encourage people as well to give it a go. Because everybody on teams and stuff has got experience. And like will help you. Like you're not just going to be thrown in and be like, call up the indie lounge. You're like, you know, like it's fine. Everyone's really friendly and helpful. So yeah,
you've really sold that. So you know, guys, what are you waiting for? Like, get applying. Why wouldn't you want to join Kickback? I mean, look at us. Yeah. So there's a lot of exciting positions that you know you guys should apply for. And we can't wait to see all the applications. And I was going to say, Emma, could you kind of, obviously because you're director, could you tell us a little bit more about obviously this play and production? So what can people kind of expect from our first live production? Wow, live. I can't believe I'm saying that. Wow, at last,
crazy.
84 years.
It's been 84 years. So I don't know what else to say. Is written by Ollie and Kirsten and Heather, who you may remember from Cataclysmic, and somebody new to the company, Teddy. And all of the scripts are fantastic, and they've sort of taken the themes of, correct me if I'm wrong guys, but of like unknowing and being uncertain about things, but being okay with that uncertainty. So a more positive sort of play for our first little live one. And it's all taking place, we hope to do it outside the central location of a food truck. So hopefully we'll get some food in there for people to eat whilst they're performing. And the audience hopefully will watch the play in different orders depending on where they start. So there's lots of movement going on, there's lots of food, we're going immersive, boys. So me and Aidan, who's the directing team, we're going to work together to try and make it really, really awesome and stick to the script that was written by our fabulous writers and just make it really cool.
It's so exciting. Oh my god, because it's been such a long time since we've been allowed to kind of like live theatre. So you know, this is our like a first in-person production, so it's all very exciting. But I'm sure more details are going to come out like over the next coming weeks. So you know, keep an eye out for that, guys. But yeah, I think the last thing I want to kind of touch upon is how do we feel about becoming like an actual kind of like non-profit business, like an actual kind of like company? Like do we feel it's the right time now? And like how did the decision come about initially? Because that is a big thing. Wow.
First, can I say we've got like our website properly up now? Yeah. Like it's got, you can actually search it. Yeah, thank you. Oh, like it's amazing. Like you can search. Yeah, I'm very happy that we've got that.
It's like a little icon in your tab. There's a little
it looks so swanky.
It's
very impressive, Ollie. So cool.
In terms of the decision and everything to become a company now, like we're coming up to our first birthday as a company in March. I know, crazy. So we've been going for about a year, so we kind of know how things work. But also the fact that we wanted to try and break into live theatre meant that we needed to start thinking about how we would protect our cast, how we would protect like ourselves. Hopefully this would make money, and therefore which bank account or whose bank account would that be going to? Like it makes sense for us to start becoming more official now, mainly so that we can just do everything correctly and by the book, and so we don't have problems down the line. So we've held off for as long as we possibly can, but now we kind of have to, just so that everybody's safe and happy and well and stuff on this production. Which is why we're doing everything now.
Wow.
Held it off as long as we possibly could. So it was, I mean, I think when we were creating the company, one aspect was like, you know, we are going to be ultra like conservative when it comes to money. and you know, we because we don't have any, and so it's like we need to hold off any unnecessary sort of expenditure for as long as humanly possible. And the fact that we've been able to do that for like a year, I think is pretty good.
It's pretty impressive.
It's pretty all right. The fact that that website domain was the first purchase made for Kickback from us. So yeah, I think we've done all right, especially since like we've done stuff like workshops and 3 productions, etc., etc. And
we've done more than all right. Like we've done a pretty good job.
So yeah, now we got to start. Yeah, I feel like we're in a position where we have to start investing, and I feel like we're finally in a position where we're quite comfortable with investing as well. Like we've built up a really solid portfolio and have proven that this is a company that has a very exciting future. So yeah, let's start getting the ball rolling.
Oh,
give that ball some legs and make it run.
Very, very exciting times ahead, guys. So watch this space. You know, Kickback has a lot coming up. All right, but you know, that was my last question. So how are we feeling, guys? Are we all energized?
Better than this time last year.
Yes. Yeah. Lots of deep breathing, lots of just calmly subduing the rage that will come when things happen with this show. But no, we've got this, and it's all going to be fun and great and a really, really good time. So come join us in any capacity.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. We're not scary. We're winging it too.
We promise.
To be real.
Like we're balancing this with like uni work. We are just it's all good.
We either want your time, your energy, or your money, or all 3. But
all 3.
Something.
All right. Do we have any kind of like final words of wisdom? Anything you want to say? Any cheeky bit of promo you want to slip in before we go? Words.
Apply for our roles.
Yeah.
Something cool. Apply for Kickback Collection.
Apply for our roles. Kickback 2022.
Work with us. We want to work with you.
We want to work with you. You seem cool. You seem like a rad human. Come.
Okay, guys.
Come talk to us.
Apply for our roles. Okay, bye. Thank you. All right, but I think that summarizes everything. So we will see you next time for episode 6 of Kickin Back. Farewell.
This is the 5th one of these already. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. Bye.